In a quiet, forgotten village, shrouded by mist and shadows, there stands an ancient clock tower. The locals whisper of its curse. When the midnight bell tolls, death soon follows. Evan, a skeptical young man, arrives in the village, determined to unravel the truth behind the clock tower's deadly legend. His face is doubtful, his gaze wandering over empty streets as if searching for answers. A villager stops him, her voice trembling. "You'd best leave before the clock strikes," she warns, a deep sadness in her eyes. Evan brushes her off, chalking it up to superstition, unaware of the dread he stepped into. As night falls, a storm brews, and Evan paces in his small room. He glances out the window, catching a glimpse of the clock tower, silhouetted in darkness, its hands inching closer to midnight. Anxiety takes root. Despite his doubts, he can feel something unnatural, something. Shadows stretch across his room as the clock ticks closer to the fateful hour. The first toll shakes him, cutting through the silence like a knife. For the first time, Evan's fear is real. As the last chime fades, painful memories flood back. His father's funeral, the guilt and loneliness he's tried so hard to bury. Evan is haunted, the memories as vivid as if he were reliving them now. Regret stirs into anger, and he curses himself for coming here, forever questioning the legend. A sharp knock pulls him from his thoughts. His heart leaps. Trembling, he opens the door, finding the same elderly woman from before. "The clock has spoken," she says, pressing a small, crumpled note into his hand. "Prepare yourself." She disappears into the shadows, leaving Evan alone. Evan unfolds the note. It reads, "You cannot outrun what you fear." His mind races, desperation bubbling up inside him. He stumbles outside, shouting into the empty, mist-covered street. But only silence answers him. Back in his room, he collapses onto the bed, the note still crumpled in his hand. The weight of his fears, his guilt, all pressed down on him, more real than ever. He glances at the clock one last time. With a heavy heart, he closes his eyes, accepting the truth he can't escape. And so, the clock's curse claims another, not by fate, but by fear. For in the end, some curses are born not of magic, but of the shadows we carry within.